When developing code in Git, you usually create branches from a version of the code from your team's main development branch, such as master, and develop that code in isolation. At a later point, you might wish that the branch was based off a more recent version of the code from your team. A good example is when you start working on a feature, but it takes a couple of weeks for you to get the feature in working order. You might want to catch up with the code from the main branch to make sure that your feature works with the most recent version of your team's code. Rebase lets you do that. Rebase takes all the work you've done in a branch and changes the history of that branch so that your changes are based off a different version of code. Here you see a branch called feature that was created from an earlier commit from the master branch. Updates have been added to the branch since the feature branch was created. When you rebase, the feature branch changes its history to include updates on master so that the feature branch is now based off the most recent commit on the master branch. This is the most common and straightforward use of rebase, to catch up with the changes from the mainline development branch. You should think carefully about rebasing your branches against other feature branches or any other branch besides your mainline branch. This is a less common practice and can lead to some difficult to recover situations. Don't rebase feature branches that are shared without consulting other members of your team first, as you'll need to force push the changes, which will rewrite the branch history to share the branch. Once a rebased branch is force pushed, everyone on the team will need to update their branches with the new commit history. It's usually easier just to merge to get changes from the main branch instead. To rebase your code against the master branch, to catch up on changes, first make sure you have the most current version of the master branch by using git pull. Then, use git checkout to swap to your feature branch. Run git rebase master to update your local branch so that the work is based off the most recent state of the master branch. And if you've already pushed a version of your feature branch, you'll then need to force push the changes to update your remote branch.